Hello out there, fellow friends and stitchers. It is me, Tara. I am back for Flosstube number 2. Scary. It is December 11th, 2022, and it's Sunday, and I am the Mud Creek Stitcher. Mud Creek Stitcher 73 on Instagram, just in case you're interested, which I don't know why. I'm overwhelmed by everyone's response to my very first Flosstube. It was humbling, overwhelming, generous, kind. I can't think of any more adjectives, but humbled. I would say humbled is probably the biggest of them all. I just can't express how much I appreciated comments and just views and just the overall generosity of the community. And it is a community, and I guess that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to do this, is to get to know other stitchers out there. I feel alone out here in central Nebraska. Not a lot of people stitch, and if they do, they're not interested in getting together. So this is my way just to kind of reach out. I also feel like it's a show and tell, personally. If I take this stuff and try and show some of my friends, they're kind of like, oh, that's nice. But when I'm watching other people's floss tubes, I'm like, oh, that is amazing. Ordering, cha-ching. You know how it is. And so you're going to see some more results of me watching other floss tubers. Cha-ching. But I appreciate you all so much, and just appreciate your comments. They're so encouraging. So, as promised last time, 2 weeks ago, hard to believe, almost halfway to Christmas. No, we're over half. No, not yet, but we will be by Tuesday. I found one of my only little things left that I had stitched long ago. I don't know what pattern it is. Honestly, I wonder if it's a prairie schooler, just because I think I bought a lot of prairie schooler because that was kind of the patterns you could buy. Funny story. Once again, I gave this to my mom, if you can see that. She is 76 now. I gave this to her when she turned 47, so it's been a while. I just used Elmer's glue to frame it and glue it myself. 14 count Aida, most likely, because that's the only thing I ever stitched on. Probably 3 strands, because they used to always say use 3 strands. And that is it. And it looks pretty darn good considering how old it is. And I used Elmer's glue. So there you go. So that is one of my fully finished from long, long ago in a time far, far away. And then I have some other fully finished things I wanted to share with you. I did get this done. I had shown last time I was working on Housewives of Cross Stitch. I'm in their month-to-month club. I love the barns. We live on a farm, as I have mentioned before. I don't have a barn. We have a shed. It's not the same. But there's a really cool barn across the road. Not ours, but somebody else's. So, love the barns. And I finally finished it. Here it is. Oops, it's already falling apart. Here we go. Okay, I got it done. Oh, the magnets are, there they go. Just like Priscilla style. Magnets, lots of flowers and foliage. The fabric I got at my local quilt shop in a neighboring town. I would have really liked more of the buffalo check, but they didn't have that there. So I have ordered my own buffalo check, Chelsea checks, I think, off of Fat Quarter Shop. But I still really like it. It works. It's pretty. It's by my front door. So once again, thank you, Priscilla and Chelsea. I just always love their designs. Always so pretty. Another fully finish. I have another month to month. I don't know where the pattern went. Oh yeah, because I couldn't find it. This was the first month-to-month I actually got done. This was the August one. And stuck to that same basket, just as Priscilla recommended. Now they have the smaller coin top pieces, the button piece. I'm not doing those, but maybe I'll turn them into ornaments is kind of what I'm thinking eventually. But it's so pretty. I really enjoyed stitching this one. And then another finish. I don't have much room, so I have to find places to put things. Another finish I did, and I got this thing done in January because I loved it so much, was this one. It is Housewives of Cross Stitch Calendar Crates. I know there's a glint off of that because I have a lamp shining on here. It was kind of funny. Here, I took it out. Priscilla, it wasn't her most favorite pattern, but a lot of us were like, oh my goodness, and loved it. And I really love it. So I got that done super fast. Even my daughter liked it, which she usually doesn't like things on black, but she even liked this. So I fully finished it. I did change the coloring, though, if I remember right, because this called for, sorry for all the rustle and noise. This called for, the red was supposed to be like a colonial copper. No, barn door. Barn door? Yes, it was supposed to be like barn door. It was not deep enough red that I wanted, so I just pulled out of my stash DMC floss, and I remember I made it more purpley, that dark cranberry red, and it was so fun to stitch this. Lots of mistakes. My border was way off, if I remember right. Some of those leaves of the trees are way off, but you just kind of go, oh well, and you figure it out. I wondered about adding more pumpkins and leaves and stuff, but I just like it like this. I really do, and it stands on its own. This was a $4 frame thing. There was another picture on here, but I covered it up. At Hobby Lobby I got it. It was just something they were getting rid of. So once again, always thank you to the Housewives of Cross Stitch. So many beautiful things they make that I just adore and love. And then, hold on. I'm back. And one more thing I finished that I want to share. I very frustrated. I saw this on Fat Quarter Shop. It is Lori Holt's. Of course, anybody who's anybody knows about Lori Holt and her flea market flowers. I believe they said it was one of the most popular patterns Lori Holt had ever done. And you can see why. I started this once, measured my material wrong, figured it out when I got 3 flower blocks done. I got those 3 done, and then figured out, oh snap, did I just do what I think I did? And I did. And then I was dealing with shoulder problems on top of that. I was in a lot of pain. And so I was like, fine, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Fine, be that way. Be that way, Lori Holt. Be that way, Flea Market Flowers. But really, it wasn't their fault. It was my own fault. My own fault, because I screwed up. So I took a few months off. Plus, I had to rest my arm because I had all these problems, was in physical therapy. And then I'm like, I am doing it. I have seen so many beautiful flea market flower pieces. I am going to do it. So I did it, finally. I got it done in about 2 months. Once I got a huge piece of 14 count oatmeal Ada from Hobby Lobby, I went to town on it, and I love it. I finished it myself. I'm pretty sure some of you can tell. Got the frame at Hobby Lobby, just kind of that burnwood look that I love. I used all of Lori's colors. There are mistakes in there. All my pieces have mistakes. That's just how I roll. And I love it, and my granddaughter loves it. She says, pretty. pretty. Well, every time she sees it, I might give it to her. But I just love it. It is vibrant, colorful, and fun. So those are some of my fully finished pieces. FFOs is what we call that, I guess. I didn't come up with that term. Somebody else did. I'm not good with all these little names and acronyms and stuff. I'm still like 3 steps behind. Everybody else is saying all kinds of other things. Okay, so those are my fully finished. I'm not stitching a lot in 2 weeks. I have not got a lot done. I am very slow. School is nuts right now. I don't know. Parents, are you giving your kids candy bars and coffee before school? I mean, just tell me the truth. I can handle it. If you are, that's fine. Just don't feel bad if I give them some melatonin later, okay? Just kidding. Or am I? No, I am. I'm just kidding. But the kids are wired right now, and so my stitching is slow, and there's a lot, of course, as you know, lots going on. We've got the elementary program, Christmas program tomorrow night. We've got a big spelling bee coming up. We're trying to plan to take the elementary kids to the movie theater. We got to get the Christmas party ready, so we always do a gift exchange, and plus trying to take care of my mom. She's in a nursing home and trying to do stuff for her, and you get it. You all get it. And some of you are like, oh, that's nothing compared to what I'm going through. And I believe you, because there are some of you out there just crazy nuts busy. I couldn't handle it. I would cry in a corner. So this is what I've got done. It's not impressive, just so you know, but the patterns are. I showed this last time. I'm working on Primrose Cottage Christmas Rules. I didn't love the gray, but when I looked at this and I changed to a mottled brown, I don't remember the name, fiber on a whim, 16 count. But now everybody's showing their pictures on the Christmas Rules sew along, and now I'm like, oh, that gray's pretty. Oh, that gray's pretty. Mine's fine too. And I love everyone's color changes. So many people change colors. I'm like, ooh, I like that. Ooh, I like that. But mine is pretty too. I'm sticking with the colors. I just changed the fabric color, and it does go better with the colors of my home. And this is where I'm at now. I got the 3rd block done, and I'm starting on the 4th block. There's 8 of them altogether. I would like this done by December 31st. Will it happen? No, probably not, but I'm going to pretend it will. I bet it doesn't. But I'm going to get it done because I want to hang it up next year. I don't know who it is. What her name is. Let me look. Something 141. And some of you are probably screaming it at me right now. But they have boards. There it is. Chantel's 141 on Instagram. They have boards specifically for this pattern. So I am definitely going to be ordering a board from her. It's so cute, and it's all called for colors. And that little cur I got off of Etsy, and I can't remember who it was. So cute, but I will order the board. Here it is. I liked how she finished it. I'm gonna copy that if at all possible. It's just really, really cute, and it will look cute in my house. So that's one of my whips. Works in progress. Nothing great, but for me, good enough. And then I've really been on fire to work on my farmhouse Christmas. I want it done. I just want it done. So I got this block done. It is Pinewood Farm. I got that done. I know there's a glare. Pinewood Farm. I got that one done, and I'm not Sorry guys, but I left everything rolled up and just grabbed and came to start filming. So I'll just stick that in there. Unroll, unroll. Let me take this off. I am sorry if you're annoyed. And here's where I am at. Somebody made the comment that it's blowing out when I show it, so I apologize if it is. But that last one that says farm, that is what I finished. And now I'm on to the next block. And once again, this is oatmeal 14 count Ada from Hobby Lobby. And so this is the one I've been waiting for. This one right here is one of the reasons I really wanted to hurry up and get down to this. I just love that roof. I cannot stand it. Roofs. I don't know how you say it. Roof. I'm not barking. Roof. Close enough. But I want to finish this. For sure, I want this whole thing done. Like I said, it's been a year I've been working on it. I want to see it all done. It's such a beautiful piece. And I saw it for the first time on Fat Quarter Shop. And then I saw all kinds of people doing it. Is it Happy Little Stitch Shop? She also got it done. I don't know if I'll do the border around it. I love the border, but once again, I measured wrong. And I only have about 1.5 inches to the edge. So we'll see. No, we won't. I don't think I'm going to do the border. We're not going to see anything. Okay, and then I finished my daughter and son-in-law's ornaments. I showed you my granddaughters, and I was just starting my daughter's. This is her ornament. This is her ornament. I'm trying to make sure I'm doing this right. I took that cardinal off of Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais. And then I added some snowflakes around. And then I hope to get it finished. And I will talk about that in just a second. Then my son-in-law's, I took some images from Prairie Schooler, that winter, I can't remember her name, something with winter in it. I took the tree, I put the sled in, and then I added the little sign, snowflakes, another little tree, and just pulled it from the pattern to create that. So these are going to be ornaments for them that I got done, which I didn't have done last time. And so now I need your opinions, please. This is my granddaughter's. I started finishing things yesterday, like the month to month. I finished that. And I got this done. This is a Lizzie Kate Christmas pattern. And it's for my granddaughter. She loves cows. And then I got this done, following instructions by Priscilla and Chelsea on their tutorials and explaining how to do this. Although I don't think it's a tutorial. I think it's just a video, and she just said she put this on garden wire, florist wire. I have a bunch of it now, thanks to Priscilla. And 2 sticky boards, and I wrapped them and stuck them and pressed the sticky sides together. So I have these edges here that she used cute little rickrack and stuff and to cover up, which I don't have. I'm going to have to go to my nearest Hobby Lobby, which is about an hour away. But here's my question. I have ribbon. Ribbon or not to ribbon? That is the question. So I thought about, okay, let's put this green. I got this on sale at Hobby Lobby last summer. What about this green? And what do you think of this with it? Let me get it all together. Or should I do a more Christmassy, darker green? I'm leaning to green, no matter what. But should I do a darker green or not? This is the ribbon. It's just something I got on sale at Hobby Lobby last year. if you could give me your opinions, what I should do, let me know. I was hoping to go to Hobby Lobby on Tuesday, but allegedly there's a big storm blowing in. We need moisture here so bad in Nebraska. And there are many states that are even worse than we are, I know. And then you've got the flip side of that. There are other states that are being flooded. We are definitely in a drought, though. We need moisture, for sure. Okay, so anyways, I don't know. I like the green ribbon, kind of, but it's not really what I wanted so much, I don't think. So anyway, those are my whips and working on fully finishing. It's not a lot. I told you it wasn't a lot. I have bought some things, though. They call that stash. Wait, stash? I don't know what it's called. It's shopping. I bought things, okay? These are gifts actually for my neighbor. She is a wonderful lady. She always gives us eggs, chicken eggs. She has lots of chickens and gives us chicken eggs, and I love her eggs. They are delicious. I would like chickens of my own. My husband still says no, but I'm hoping someday yes. But in the meantime, for the last few years, she's been giving us eggs for free, and I feel very, very guilty about that. So I always offer to pay. She says no. I offer to pay. She says no. And so on and so forth. So you get the pattern of how that works. So I went ahead. She is a big quilter, and she travels to a neighboring town and quilts with a group of ladies, and they make blankets to go to hospitals and different causes. She's also a wonderful seamstress, has done clothes and did some prom dress hemming for my daughter. So anyways, I got her these from Dot Dot Goose. You have seen these, I am sure. That's Lori Holt fabric. I think they call it cheater cloth. That's the front. There's the back. I already have one myself. And then I also got her this from Hometown Needleworks. Pretty bag. It's a little bit smaller. And it's very cute. And it's Lori Holt cloth again. And I stopped at my local quilt store. I was buying material for finishing the ornaments, and then I saw the front counter and got stuck there and had to check it out. So one thing I think my neighbor will like is this pin magnet. You can see the price there. It's not bad. It's suction cup, and you suction cup it to your sewing machine, and then you can stick your needles on there as you're taking it out. I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool. And she has lots of cats. Then something else that they had was this. It is a cell phone holder. It has a little, I haven't taken it out because it's not mine, but it has this little back that flips out and props it up, and you just prop your cell phone in there and keep it next to you while you're sewing or stitching or whatever. And I thought, whoa, it's called the Smartphone Lounger. Super cute. Sewing, used for sewing tutorials. I'm reading this off the label. Timer, portraits, desktop viewing, videos, pinning, blogging, nightstand charging, photo booths, video chat, and more! Exclamation mark. It's for your phone. So it's very clever, and I may go get myself one. And then I got her some very nice little scissors, the Cutter B. They do have a cover to go over the top, which is very nice, so it doesn't cut into anything. So I got her these little gifts. She's been giving us eggs for years and won't let us pay. So I figure, what a great way to pay her back. Whether she wants to be paid or not, she's going to get that. And then I bought something else. I love snow globes. I've taken some pictures of snow globes throughout my house, and I will be putting them in the video, maybe at the beginning or the end or wherever. I love snow globes. It all started in a town called Branson, Missouri, far, far away from us. We took our kids there. We went to Silver Dollar City. It was fantastic and so much fun. And something I discovered was I am finally past the age of roller coasters. I cannot handle it. So while my family went off on roller coasters, I discovered the 3-story Christmas store. And what did I buy? 2 awesomely beautiful snow globes. And that just kind of started it. So now every Christmas, my husband always gets me a snow globe. And they're not all round. There's all kinds of shapes out there. And I have lots of them, and I hope to keep collecting more and more and more, and I hope to give them all to my kids someday and my grandkids. So I love snow globes, and when I saw Chelsea and Priscilla show Paisley and Polka Dots their snow globe frame, I went and ordered it, and boy did it come fast. Faster than our Amazon stuff does, that's for sure. It shows you how you put it together, how you wrap your cloth around and decorate it. It's not painted, which they said it was not going to come painted. There is a hole on the back to hang it. So I'm very excited to do this. Very, very excited. Super cute. I don't know what I'll put in there yet, but I know I'm going to do it. Okay, so that is kind of my shopping part, although there's so much more shopping, but I am going to show you some things that I am thinking about stitching for the year. So I guess there's these teams out there, team sew your stash and don't start any new things for 2023. And then there's another team of sew what you want when you want. I don't know. They all have acronyms and names. It's too hard for me. But I'm not going to do any of that because I know how I am, and I will, well, just like with Whip Go, I will fall off the Whip Go and whip away, and I won't stitch what I want when I want. I'll stitch wherever I want, but then I'll be like, no, I want to be organized. And then I'll be like, I'm stitching just this, and then suddenly it will be, I'm going to stitch what I want when I want, whenever I want. I don't know. I change. I change a lot. But this is what I'm hoping to work on this year at this point. Now, I have discovered through no sleuthing of any kind, but my husband just happened to say, did a 1, 2, 3 stitch package come in the mail? And I'm like, you don't look at 1, 2, 3 stitch. Is in my Christmas stuff. So he just looked at me and walked away. So I think I'm going to get some more patterns. So I've got to be careful what I think I'm going to do, but this is some of what I think I'm going to do in 2023. I got this Happy Morning by Plum Street Samplers. There it is. Oops. There it is. And this is the vintage version, then there's the black version. I love both of them. I will probably do this one. So pretty. So I want to get that started this year, and I'm thinking I'm going to be doing it on this Caramel Macchiato 60 count fiber on a whim. Very pretty. That's what I think I'll be doing. I want to do at least one Plum Street Samplers this year, and this is a big one. It is 254 stitches by 244, so this is a big girl for me. For some of you are like, oh, you don't know anything, and you're right, I don't. And then something else I found, and I cannot remember her name. I don't know if she's the budget stitcher, but she showed this on her Flosstube. I don't remember who she is, but she seems really nice. Long hair, she has glasses, she's a librarian. I was like, oh, she gets it. She knows. Anyways, she found this pattern, I don't know where, I can't remember, but it's heartstring samplery. And I am going to do this for my daughter. My daughter said she loves this. And it's the Coffee Quaker. And my daughter loves coffee. She's obsessed with coffee. She's got her own espresso machine. And it's her fault that I love coffee too now, because she keeps telling me to try coffee. Now I do. Now I'm in trouble because I'm addicted. So I'm going to do that. And it's not as small as I thought it was either. It's 195 stitches by 170. So that's not teeny tiny either. It's rather large. There's many pages. And I am going to do it on Fiber on a Whim, cream, and sugar. Fiber on a Whim, and I think that's 14 count. Yes, 14 count Ada, Fiber on a Whim, cream, and sugar. It's a very, very pretty cloth. So I hope to do those, plus my sons, and plus my sister-in-law. So that's 4 things I know I want to work on this year already. Oh boy, I'm in trouble. And then, oh, something about this. This is the barn owl that I want to work on by A Year in the Woods. I might change the blue on that. I'm already thinking. And I found a really pretty cloth on Fabric Flair's website that I might use. We'll see. But I know I want to do that. Something else I want to do, I want to work on this. This is Butternut Road. Oops. Sorry, I have to keep bending over. Butternut Road, designs by Marilyn Levitt Inbloom. Am I saying that right? I don't know if I am. It's the teacher. I really like this one. I do not like the dark brown cloth. I would definitely change that, but I do like this. We'll see what happens. But I would like to get that started as well. And I apologize for my fingernails. I know they're gross. I have been trying to get my nails done for 2 months now, but the gal who does nails, she's always so busy because everybody else is going to her. We know how that is. I also said I want to do this. I will definitely start it this year. I already have the fabric and it's stashed away somewhere. It was like white chocolate 14 count Ada. It's very pretty. I think it'll look nice with that. And then I blame the Needleberry Stitcher and Fiber Arts Amy for creating now a new love of Mirabilia. I never dreamed I would ever be interested in Mirabilia, but man, I encourage you to watch Needleberry Stitcher, Fiber Arts Amy. Right now, I'm on video 3 of Fiber Arts Amy going through all of her Mirabilias, and it is impressive how much she has. I don't know if she has all the Mirabilia Nora Corbett's. I don't know. She doesn't know for sure either, but she knows quite a bit. She has, I don't know how many patterns she has, and it's hilarious watching her as she pulls them out. She shows her beautiful fabric, and then a few times now she's gone, oh, well, there's that floss. And so she has accidentally rebought floss for the same pattern a couple times. She's done that 2 or 3 times through the video. It's quite hilarious. She's just honest and just tells it like it is. She has all kinds of bright, vibrant colors of cloth that she's going to be doing these on. It's just fun to watch, fun to listen to her talk about it, and just help growing that love and appreciation of the Mirabilias. So I have 2 right now, but I've got like 3 more on my list I want to get. This one, I saw the Needleberry Stitcher. She finished this one. It's just absolutely beautiful. So this is, I don't know, what is, oh, Roses of Provence by Nora Corbett. It is so pretty. I would like to do this for my granddaughter. And then I got this one, the Snow Queen. I love the fairy tale, the Snow Queen. And this is so pretty. I'm on a Counted Cross Stitchers group on Facebook. A gal showed hers. She got it all done. It was stunning. And that's just it. When you look at these, if you're somebody like me, when you look at these, you're kind of biased, like, oh, I don't know. It doesn't really go with my decorating style, blah, blah. Who cares? When you see them, when these gals show them finished, you're just kind of like, I could find someplace to hang that. It's just beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. So I hope to start one of these, or maybe another one. I got like 3 more I want. I don't know. We'll see. No, we won't. I'm going to start it. by Jove, we'll find out. I'm going to be honest, we'll find out. And then something else I want to start this year is Hawk Run Hollow. I have seen so many people do them. Another one where it's just stunning and beautiful, and you're just kind of in awe when you see them. So I got a year at Hawk Run Hollow. It's very pretty. Let me take it out. I think I might be having some shining of my notes on the plastic. That's a year at Hawk Run Hollow. I would definitely change the fabric color. I don't like that. I'm really curious about, it calls for NPIs or DMC. They give you the conversions. I really want to try and stitch in silk because I never have, and I'm just curious what it's like, and maybe some of you can give me some opinions on that. To stitch in silk or not to stitch? That's another question. So I got this one and I love it. Lots of colors. Look at that. Look at that list. Oy. And then I ordered, because I saw somebody show this, I think it was the Handiwork Maniac. She's incredible. Absolutely incredible. She may be the one who did it. And I got Christmas at Hawk Run Hollow. I think, I don't know. And then I have on my wish list on 123 Stitch the fall at Hawk Run Hollow, and then I think the farm at Hawk Run Hollow. I don't know what I'm going to do. That's why over Christmas break, I want to sit down and just really make myself get organized. So, and then one more pattern I know for sure that I'm going to start is right here. Oh, Lori Holt. Just love, love, love. Kimberly Jolly, Fat Quarter Shop, she stitched this whole thing. I think she used almost all the called for colors, and I would. Lori's taste in colors is just flawless. I love it, love it, love it. So I hope to start that too. It is a huge piece. But they're DMC. I like how Lori, she always wants to make it affordable for all of us. So pretty. So I hope to work on that as well. 2023. So I think my plan is just, I'm going to quit my job and just stay home all day long and stitch and just hope it all works out. Okay. I'm not quitting my job. I'd like to, but I'm not going to. So, but wouldn't it be nice just to quit, stay at home, stitch what you want all day long? Could you imagine how much you would get done? And some of you are out there going, I do that, and it's amazing, and God bless you. I am jealous. So, but anyways, that is my goal. I did get the book of days. I talked about that last time. I do have it. And I hope this will help keep me organized. We'll see. It's very pretty. It has some fun stuff in it. Just fun little quips to read. And I hope to be organized. I love the whole, but let's put stickers in our books. I'm a teacher. I have lots of stickers. I love stickers. So that'll be fun to do stickers. Okay, that is the Flosstube portion of this, the cross stitch portion. And now we're going to go ahead and move on probably to scripture. I do have a finished quilt, almost finished, no binding on it to show, but I think I'll wait till next time because this video is already way too long for a lot of people. But thank you, those stitchers who stayed and watched. Thank you who have supported me. It's humbling and overwhelming. Thank you again. All right, so as I said last time, I am a born-again Christian. Many of you commented that you too were born again. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it means Jesus told Nicodemus in the New Testament that in order to be a part of the Father, you have to be born again. Nicodemus was a Pharisee. He was a teacher of the Mosaic law, and he didn't understand. He's like, how can I be born again out of my mother's womb? She's not alive. And he's like, that's what I mean. I don't mean that. You must be born of the Spirit. And so, pretty much in my life, things got very difficult. I think I mentioned that a little bit last time. Things got hard. Things always get hard in life. And it comes down to a decision that you have to make. And I made that decision that Jesus is real. There's so much archaeological evidence. Ancient historians support, yes, he was a real guy. I don't know why today so many people say he's not real. He was, and he is. And when you hit that point in your life, like I did, where you are just desperate for help, but you don't know how to get help, where to get help, and I don't mean like you're injured or something like that. I mean, you just feel dark and lost. That's what happened to me, and that's when scripture just seemed to start to open up to me. And I actually was reading in the Bible, and I believe I was in the book of Matthew when I came to a part. I don't remember what part, because I go back and I'm like, what part was it? And I just was like, it's you, God. Your son is real, Jesus, and you ask him into your heart. You ask him to forgive you of your sins, and it just changes your whole life. I still remember, because I was like 32. And I mean, it was just going from dark to suddenly just like this gold sparkle. I don't know, but I just felt it from head to toe and in my heart. And so I became a born again Christian. And ever since then, I have been trying my best to learn all I can about the good Lord. And it's not easy. It's been a slow progression for sure. If you think it's fast, some people it is fast. If you watch the Louis Zamperini story, Unbroken, if you've read the book, I recommend read the book, don't watch the movie. Or if you watch the Louis Zamperini interview with Greg Laurie, he talks about, just like that, his PTSD was gone. So that there are miracles like that when people truly fall to their knees and accept Christ into their heart. And for some of us, it's more of a slower fade. I knew I was changed, but to walk away from my old life, it takes time. It takes time, and you feel very convicted as I love the song Slow Fade, as it slowly fades away and you let Christ become your light and not the world anymore. But it takes time, and every day is a battle. It almost seems harder as a Christian, which Jesus said it wasn't going to be easy. And we're always like, my parents taught me, well, we just want you to grow up and be happy. Well, that's not what God said. Blessed and content. I think those are the two things that you want to have in your life. And to be blessed and content, it involves God, serving God, and being apart with God. So anyways, that was a lot more than I was going to say. Okay, moving on. I am definitely a teacher. Can you tell how I just run on? Those poor kids, what they have to listen to. Anyways, so I am in First Chronicles still. I think, was I in First Chronicles 2 weeks ago? I might have been. I think I was in Second Kings last time. Now I'm in First Chronicles, and First Chronicles is all about the chronology, about genealogy, pretty much. The genealogy of the Jewish people, And it goes through all these names, which are so hard, but every time, I don't know how many times I've gone through Chronicles now, but every time there's always a little more of a nugget about somebody's name that has more meaning to it. What's the purpose for the Chronicles? Well, it's to show us pretty much the Davidic line. So King David, God promised that King David's son would be a ruler and then his son would be a ruler, and then it would continue on and on and on. Eventually, that kind of all fell apart when Israel was taken to Babylon, but that heir of David was always there. And eventually, Jesus was born. So Jesus was the final son of the Davidic line. He was the true king or Messiah. So all the chronology, all of the names and stuff, all of it is to point to Jesus. That's the whole point of all of it. So when you're trying to painfully go through each name and you're like, I can't pronounce this, like me, and you're trying to Google and research and you feel like your eyeballs are going to cross, just remember all this is still to show Jesus. The whole point of the Old Testament is to show Jesus. The whole point of the New Testament is to show what Jesus has told us and told us and told us. This is what I want you to do. This is what's to come. This is what you need to be prepared for. And that's the whole point. So once again, when I read the Bible one time through, the first time in my life 3 years ago, I realized, the whole book is about God's plan of Jesus saving us all. So when I stopped reading this morning, I stopped at First Chronicles chapter 23 is where I stopped. I finished that off this morning. And it pretty much is where David is getting everyone ready to build the temple for God. So God at this point had been residing, and I say residing because God is everywhere, but he was in the tabernacle. And the tabernacle is this great big tent with the Ark of the Covenant and all that. And David wants to build a house for God. But God told him in First Chronicles, you're not going to. You've seen too much bloodshed, but your son Solomon will be building my house. So David worked hard at getting all the materials ready to build as much gold, silver, and bronze as he could get his hands on to build this temple. And then he also was organizing the priests and the Levites and Aaron's descendants and helping tell them your jobs, and this is what you're going to do. So it's kind of interesting, and some of it, I think the first time I read it, I just kind of skimmed over it. The second time I read it, I'm like, But now I'm like, ooh, this has got some more meaning to it. So every time we read God's word, I do believe... I truly believe it's more and more open to us. I am not a theologian. I am not a doctorate or professor or nothing. I'm just an ordinary woman who reads her Bible. I listen to all kinds of pastors out there on YouTube and podcasts from Dr. David Jeremiah. Some of you should know him. Jack Hibbs of Calvary Chapel. I listen to Pastor Brett Metter at Athey Creek. J.D. Farag over in Hawaii. And there's just so many more. There's so many men I've listened to and some women. And they are the professionals. They are the ones who do this all the time. And they study. And that's who I listen to. And then when I study, it helps me comprehend and understand things even better, because a lot of them go into the history, and I love history. So then you want to go dig into the history and learn more about scripture like that. I would love to go to Israel and Jerusalem and see it in real life, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But I would love to apply what I'm studying and actually seeing it. Maybe someday. Or maybe it will be when the New Jerusalem is here. I don't know. So anyways, I encourage you to read First Chronicles. I encourage you to look through the names. I know some of them are really hard, but there's a lot of good stories in here just about getting ready for the first real temple built for God. And if you didn't know, the first temple was destroyed, then they built the second temple, then the second temple was destroyed, and right now there's no temple. Right now it is the Dome of the Rock there with the gold dome. It's on the spot, or close to the spot where the original temple was. And that temple spot is where Abraham was going to sacrifice Isaac. If you know that story in Genesis, And God stopped Abraham and was pleased with him that he was willing to give up his son, which was a model for God, who did give up his one and only son to save all of us. So anyways, I ask that you read your Bibles, that you research and you learn and read commentaries and study yourself and ask God to reveal his word and spirit to you. It's life-changing. You're a new person. You're a happier person. You're content, and you're not alone. So I'd like to thank you all for sticking around. This was way too long. I was hoping to do this in 30 minutes or less, and I apologize. So thank you for your support. Thank you for watching me, and may God bless you. And the next time I see you, I do believe it'll be Christmas. So Merry Christmas.